Story time about how the doctors were so wrong about my daughter's concussion. I mean, completely wrong, you guys. Welcome to Mom of Many. It was September 7th of 2017. Erica went to school. I went to work. The day was normal, but it definitely didn't end normal. When we got home, Erica started studying for a test the next day. But being a 7-year-old she was, eventually studying started to go left. You know how kids are. They start giving outrageous answers to questions you know they know the answer to. So now I'm frustrated, and she's frustrated because I'm frustrated. So we go here and take a break. Erica goes in her room and I stay in the living room. Eventually, I hear a loud thump like she fell. Now, let's be clear. Erica is clumsy and I've always had an issue with her being clumsy. I'm talking about my child has fallen out of the car in ways I didn't even know was possible. So the possibility of her falling wasn't a serious concern. I call out to her, "Hey, are you okay?" No answer. I call again, "Erica, are you okay?" Erica comes running out of the room holding her head crying, saying, "Ma, I hit my head." There isn't any type of visible bruising, so I really think she's being dramatic to stall from having to study more. So I say, nah, go ahead and start studying, you're fine. But she isn't at all. She's sitting at a table trying to study and actually looks dizzy. So I go over to her and she says, "Ma, I see 3 of you." Confused, I hold up 2 fingers and she says I'm holding up 6. Something is wrong, so we rush to the hospital, and as I'm driving, I'm asking her questions to keep her talking. I ask about her friend's birthday party that she had just went to 3 days prior, and she doesn't have a clue what I'm talking about. She doesn't even remember their names, and she's known these twins for at least 3 years. We get to the hospital and she can barely walk. She's losing her balance and not able to walk straight. At this point, I'm a little nervous, but I'm still thinking, okay, maybe she's planning and trying to scare me because she was a little prankster. We are in the waiting room area and I'm like, "Erica, if you're playing, you gotta stop. It's not funny anymore. This is serious." She's assuring me that she really isn't playing. I'm still trying to keep her talking as the nurse is taking us to her room. So I start asking her to spell words that she sees, and you can literally tell that she's seeing multiple sets of the words. They take her back for an MRI and they come back and say she has a concussion. She may be a little emotional, maybe a little different, but to continue her migraine meds. Erica had been on migraine medication at least 2 months prior to this happening due to her allergies to ibuprofen. We go home and the next day I start to get her ready to run over to her school, but Erica is completely different now. I've never been around anyone that had a concussion, so I didn't really know what it looks like or how it presents itself. But at this point, she is not acting like herself and she's really acting like a baby. She's putting any and everything in her mouth, even paper. We go to the school to go get her medication and she starts crawling on the floor. Some of the staff that I'm talking to in the lobby suggest that I call her doctor because how she's acting is outside of the norm for a concussion. The doctor's office says to bring her in, but they are across town, which took extremely long to get there because she was all over the place. I mean, she was trying to climb into the back seat, trying to open the car door on the highway, just doing the most. We get to the doctor's office and her doctor is shocked. I mean, Erica has been her patient since she was 2. Erica is sliding her body to the end of the exam table, hanging her head off the table, trying to eat the cushion from under the exam mat. She then says that she has to go to the bathroom. But after my experience this morning, I automatically thought she was trying to get the toilet paper to stuff in her mouth. So I disagreed with her and said, "No, you don't." Erica looked at me with the meanest little face and said, "Yes, I do. And if you don't let me, I'm going to pee on myself." I said again, "No, you don't, Erica. You fine." Erica stood in front of me and her doctor and peed. So of course we hurried and got her to the bathroom, but I was still right. Even though she had to pee, she still stuffed toilet paper in her mouth. So now me and her doctor are in the bathroom trying to pry this toilet paper out of her mouth. I mean, it's disgusting. But she is fighting, kicking, growling. She giving us a run for our money. We end up carrying her back to the exam room and her doctor says she's going to call the ambulance. Now, I'm still shocked at everything that's happening because it's happening so fast. Now, what happens next is a whirlwind of events that I wasn't prepared for as a mom whose child is experiencing a concussion. Let me paint this picture for you. Erica is now admitted to the hospital for the entire weekend where she starts hearing screaming. She's telling doctors that she isn't Erica and more. This is just the beginning of some serious life-changing events for the both of us that we are still 5 years later working through. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you for part 2.